Laura Guccione here, and this is our 5th module. I'm so proud of you. I know we've had a long lapse, and this is the beauty of having a home practice. I had a dear friend die, and so life took a pause for about 3 days, and it was a sudden tragic accident, and this is life. This is what happens, and this is why I'm so thrilled that you are getting, and I'm able to share with you something that has been so valuable to me, and that's a home practice. Because classes are awesome, but it's really hard to keep a schedule sometimes because life happens all the time, right? And so when I first heard the news, I was so sad. Boom, I went into 3-4 poses to console myself. And it's been that way every day. And use these home practices. If you can't do the whole sequence, that's okay. That's what a home practice is all about. You pick up where you left off, or you do the poses that you know you need, because now you've done salutations. You know how much energy they can give you. Now we're learning more standing poses, so you know the strength they can give you. Okay, without further ado, your standing poses so far have been triangle pose, and then the warrior and warrior extended, and then going forward. So I'm going to start with going forward, and I'm in a different setup because we're also going to do some revolved poses, and it's great to be able to use a wall in revolved poses. So if you can set up your mat somewhere against a wall, that's great. The last pose that we left with was a straddled leg. Take the heels out, and we're doing a forward bend. Doing that up against the wall is awesome. Go ahead and try that. Take the legs out and just let yourself sink down. Hang with the head. Hang with the face. So if you were doing your standing pose, the whole sequence, you would do the triangle poses, the warrior poses, the extended warriors, forward bend, then I go into revolved triangle. Doing that up against a wall can be really awesome, and you can do it with this leg or with this leg. I'm going to go with, I'll go with this leg so that I can talk to the camera. It's hard to talk during triangle poses too, because you're going to tighten up the respiratory. I like to have a block, especially the first one. And this is the other thing about your home practice. Do 2 or 3 if you feel like it. If you felt like you were getting somewhere, do another one. Learn more. Let the pose teach you. Okay? So here I am. I'm going to stand with my side up against the wall. Like I said, take your left or take your right. I'm going to take my left foot. So my right foot is behind me. This is just as when we're in our salutations and we're doing warrior 2, right? Here I am. I'm going to come forward. Reaching forward gives me some length in the back before I begin. I don't want my hips to sway or cross, right? So imagine that there's space in between the groin, and let there be space in between the groin. I'm going to take my right hand down, reach the left hand forward, and I'm going to come up. As simple as that. I like to have the wall, so if I want to lean up against it, I can, and I can even go forward. And what I'm working on is bringing that left femur back into the left hip socket, sucking the gut in and rotating the sternum up to the ceiling without crossing the hips. And I want to hold this for 30 seconds. Ah, feels good. Now I've been here for a little bit with the hand up against the wall. Go ahead and move the hand to the outside of the left foot and really engage the twist even more. So you're twisting from the waist. You're twisting from the waist. You're not twisting from the hips. You're twisting from the waist. And on an inhalation, come up. And we're going to go to the other side. Move your block if you got your block. Once again, this is your home practice. The block can be a book. It can be whatever you've got, right? So I'm going to extend the left leg back, right leg forward. Imagine taking a step and stepping back. so that you're sure that the left foot is not directly behind the right. So now I'm going to reach forward. Reach forward, bringing that right femur into the hip. You should feel a good stretch here and in the back of the calf of the left leg. I am. Now I'm going to put both hands down, and I'm going to reach up with the right hand. Let that left hip come right hip come way back. And take a few minutes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to put this hand on the outside of the right foot and reach farther. Engage the twist. Imagine that this right hip is flat to the left. All right, so we're really twisting from the waist. And take the gaze up. Woo! And that's why we use a ball. It's good to go to the edge, especially at your home practice, huh? And come up. So that feels so good to me that I'm going to do another one. And that's what I want you to do. When it feels good, if you think your pose is teaching you something, keep going with it. And if it's okay with you, I'm going to face the wall this time, because I think that's even more of a stretch. So I'm going to have my right foot up against the wall, the left leg back. I'll take the arms straight out, and I'm going to put the left hand to the outside of the right foot, and then rotate. And reach that, climb that hand up the wall. Reach, reach, reach. Oh. Opening the armpit, really twist from the waist. There's a resistance going on where the right hip is coming down and the right rib cage is coming back. And come up, and we'll go to the other side. So I'm going to reach first, reaching that right leg back. Then I'm going to take the right hand to the outside of the left foot, and take the left arm up. Twist that waist, twist that waist. And you're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Keep twisting. The only thing that's touching the wall right now on me is my left hand. But if your left hip touches the wall, that's okay, use it. Use it to continue the twist and then come away from the wall again. And come up. I'm feeling better already. Aren't you? Isn't it amazing how these poses can affect our energy and our attitude and our joy? It brings it out. Let that cellular physical level show you. It's not all up here. All right, now I'm going to bend the right leg. This one's a little harder, but I love it. I'm going to put the block to the outside of the right foot. Now I'm going to lift the left leg. I'm going to take the left arm and on an exhalation, really get it to the outside of the right knee. Do not let this knee come forward. It's got to stay in true alignment, right? Don't let it come forward. So you're resisting. The right knee's going back, the left shoulder's going towards the knee, pushing equally against each other. Here I come. Now I'm going to take the right arm through and around. This is an intense stretch on the right waist. Really reach that left leg back. Oh, keep bringing the right rib cage forward. Check the knee every now and then. It should be really pushing up against the left arm. Going for 30 seconds. Go deeper into the groin if you can. And come out. See why this is so good for the kidneys. Take a moment too when you're in between these revolving poses and feel the difference in the sides. Your home practice, you can do it how you want. So here I am going to bend the left legs. I just want to say something too about big breast women. I don't have big breast women, but I know a lot of you that are doing this course with me, and you do. So here's the deal with that. You want to get the twist before you really go down so that your boobs aren't in the way. So I'm going to twist, twist, twist as much as I can. Now I'm going to put the right elbow in the way. Or I'm sorry. Now I'm going to put the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Suck the